Hi LinkTree fam! Today we are going to do a video for you about our journey on YouTube. We have officially been on YouTube for 2 years now. I can't believe it's been 2 years, but we're going to tell you all about it. So our YouTube journey has been definitely, I feel like, an experience. Not exactly what you think it's going to be like being on YouTube. Really, I think a lot of people think that it's going to be really super easy, that you're just going to like randomly film your everyday life and then just kind of throw it up there, and it's so easy, and that is not the case at all. No. It is actually a lot of work, and you can spend just like hours and hours working on videos. So between like filming and editing and learning how to like tell a story in your videos, knowing when to make the right cuts, like you had mentioned the music, what music to use. And like I had no idea where to even find the music at, and what all the rules and laws are. At first, the first month or two, maybe probably all the way up to 6 months, it just seemed like all you did was research. We were able to edit and do those things, but that was a learning curve. Yeah. And instead of taking an hour to edit, it was 3 hours to edit, because you really had to start from the very beginning, where everybody has to start. Yep, if you've never edited videos, then it's a complete learning curve. And then you have to figure out like what software do I use to edit, and we had to figure out like what kind of a computer do we need that's going to be able to hold all these files, and and then figuring out the filming aspect of it, like what do I film, what do I include, what don't I include, like what do people want to see, what's boring. Right. There's just so much that goes into it, and then I had no idea where to even like find the music. And then we had talked about getting, like you had asked about getting like really popular songs. Yeah. And there used to be a place out there on the internet you could go and you could like pay per use for one of those, and that like doesn't exist anymore. And so so you've got to use what they have in stock basically on your editing. You can do you can use that. So YouTube has like an audio library, and then we actually have a subscription that we pay for. So we use Epidemic Sound, and that is the subscription that we have. And there are like other companies out there too that do the same thing, but I don't think there are very many of them. Right. And then you have to make sure, because if you don't pay for it, then they'll copyright, give you a copyright claim. So there's just like all this stuff, and like you had mentioned about researching. Yeah. And I still to this day will watch videos on how to make better YouTube videos, or how to grow, or just all different kinds of things. I've probably watched, I don't know, probably over 1,000 hours of the SEO and the how to write better descriptions and hashtags, and there's just so much that goes into it. Yeah, there is, and I think, would you say 240 videos we've done? Yeah, we're getting close to, I think we're like 235 or something like that right now. So we've gotten our feet wet. Yeah. It probably took, though, I would say, like maybe the first like 75, like if you go back and watch them, I don't think that they are even close to being the quality of our videos now. It took me, I feel like it took us all a long time. The kids had to learn to talk to the camera, and we had to learn how do you talk to a camera? Like, you have to pretend like it's a person, and that's not easy. And I'm still not used to it. And like framing, and so I feel like it took us a little while. And then telling the story was probably the hardest part, learning how to tell that story, when to make the cuts, and how to do that. And then, and I feel like we just keep getting better and better the more we do it. Of course, we've been doing it 2 years. Right. You would think that's a long enough time, but there's so much to learn. You just keep learning more and more, and I feel like you just get better and better. Well, and we were talking this morning during our coffee break.
about, after 2 years, you could have an associate's degree in something and go off and work in a job in a certain field. And that's basically what I know that you've put the hours in. And I have kind of tagged along and helped out where I could. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what it's been like for our family. So one of the first things that comes to my mind is that when our kids were in public school, they actually got bullied for being on YouTube. And part of me wonders if there's a little bit of a jealousy thing, because a lot of times when we pull out the camera, like we're filming in the street, or you can hear some of the other kids around
backyard.
Going, yeah, and they're like, oh, they're filming,
Or at the beach, or
at the beach,
lake.
yeah, yep. And so I know that people are intrigued by it, but yet when the kids went to school, they got made fun of for it.
Yeah, and I think it's their age, although junior high would probably have gotten worse.
I know we had to be really careful what we said or what we showed, like for Emma, because she was in middle school, and there were certain things, like she really didn't want to be on camera that much because she was worried that she's going to get made fun of, and so she was very selective about which videos she joined in on and what she said and what she showed. And now I feel like she just shows so much more of her personality, and that's good. Like I want her to be able to be comfortable with who she is and be herself. And so I feel like that's a little bit of a drawback, is having to be careful. And even like I feel like ourselves, we had to be careful, because like I enjoy shopping at thrift stores. I like going to Dollar Tree. I like going to like we showed the video Big Wheels to Butterflies, and those are things I feel like we have to be careful showing when the kids were in public school, because I didn't want them to get made fun of, because I bought some of our younger kids clothes at
And part of that is living in a neighborhood in an area that is kind of judgmental. I think we're the black sheeps of the neighborhood.
Probably.
I guess.
Yeah, and I do think that that's true. In the area of Omaha that we live in, it's a little bit higher end, and so I feel like you do get judged a little bit more.
It's not always a good thing, believe me.
No, and speaking about judgment, you get judged on YouTube. Like 99% of our commenters are absolutely amazing. I always say I love having our conversations in the comments. I love being able to call people's names out on YouTube, like in our videos when we're talking about something they've said. And overall, like I feel like it's amazing. The relationships that you can build, just the community we're building on our channel, and I love that. But there are those people that are extremely judgmental, and I know you're going to have that with anything. And most of the time, I'm like really good about ignoring it. I feel like I have pretty thick skin, and so I will occasionally say something like, we'll get people talking about the crap we eat, and all the processed food we buy, and I'll make comments back to them like, hey, have you ever had 11 kids with all these things going on? And probably not. So you have no idea what it feels like to be us. And I will say things like I feel like I really want to be more healthy, and so sometimes I'll talk about that stuff during my grocery hauls. It probably feels like I'm trying to defend myself, and I'm not. It's just something I want to get better at myself. It has really nothing to do with the comments. But you will get people, that do that. I have, people that try to tell me how to film our videos and how to do this or that, or, what are you thinking getting another baby, and like you just get all kinds of things. And there is a lot of judgment on YouTube too. And you have to have, I feel like, pretty thick skin to just kind of be like, yeah, whatever, and like move on. Now I will say that initially when you read the comment, it's kind of like, ouch. And then you're kind of like, yeah, they have no idea. And so then it's easy to just, the kids read the comments though. So sometimes.
Yeah, the kids are very interested in everything about the the analytics, all that about YouTube, which is great.
Yes, they all want to start their own channels. Right. They've all been bugging me about starting a channel, and Jade has even come up. I told the kids that if they want a channel, they have to come up with at least, what did I say, like 50 ideas. for videos they could do, and she's like got a list of 25 already.
Yeah.
And so all of the older kids for sure want their own channel, and so we're trying to figure out kind of how to navigate that too. Like I told them they have to learn how to edit themselves, and which really, I mean, those are good skills.
Right, yeah, video editing. And
Yeah. So I do feel like eventually they will probably have their own channels, but they kind of have to figure out the nuances of it as well.
Mm-hmm. But in saying all of that, the judgment aspect of it is within a reasonable, amount, and it has no way affected us with taking the kids out of school and homeschooling them.
No.
Let's be clear there.
Yeah, no, that
it
wasn't
had
why
nothing to do with it. I think part of that may have been how the kids approached other kids about our YouTube channel too.
Yeah.
You don't know what goes on in the schools, but I know the kids are kind of harsh at times, and I don't think they mean to be, but.
No, I think that's with anything in elementary, middle, and high school. Like it's so different when you get out of school.
Right.
So, but yeah, they had nothing to do with that.
I would say on that note, it is really strange when I look at it from a standpoint of family and how they have responded. My close relatives, my mom, dad, those people, they just kind of go with it. It's not a big deal. They don't hardly ever mention it.
No. I know they watch them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's just, and part of it, I think they don't like being shown on camera because they don't like what they were wearing that day, or
right.
But which is understandable.
And I'm able to cut things out that we don't want people to see, and it's harder to do that for other people, because you don't know what they're thinking about themselves on camera. So
it's a little awkward at times.
Yeah, it can be. So I did all that research about being on YouTube, and then what I noticed though was that I got in my own head. So first of all, in some of my very first videos, like my first, second, third, you can't tell my personality at all. I was so focused on what I had learned, like make sure you smile, make sure you know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
I used to write out. I used to write out what I was going to say on those videos, like about our stories, and now we just sit and talk, which is more normal.
Mm-hmm.
But people had said make bullet points and know what you're going to say and smile at the camera, and then I find myself I was smiling, and at times I shouldn't be smiling, I should have been showing my regular emotion, but I kept saying, no, you got to smile at the camera, you got to smile at the camera.
Right.
And so I totally got into my own head about it, and now it's just more natural. We just sit down, we just talk to you guys, and it's just way more.
It's easier.
Yes.
But in the beginning, there was nothing natural about doing it.
No, but and then sometimes doing all that research can backfire on you, I feel because that's what I felt like it did. It just kind of backfired on me. Okay, then the last thing that I wanted to mention is I was talking to somebody in the comments. Her name on YouTube is Amy Paul, and she had mentioned the algorithm, and I do want to touch on that a little bit. So you spend all this time making these videos, and you want people to watch them. That's the whole point. And so you got to get people to find your channel. And so there's all these things with the algorithm YouTube looks at. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Now, if you have a favorite channel, this will just kind of help you know what you can do to help support that channel better. So the algorithm has to find you. So number one is we had to do a lot of SEO stuff, which is search engine optimization. So having your descriptive words in your title and in your description and in your tags and things like that. So there's behind the scenes stuff that goes on. But then what YouTube really cares about is how many of your regular subscribers are watching that particular video, how long people are staying on watching that video, it likes people to watch at least 50% or more, and there is this back and forth about how much time they spend on a video versus what percentage they watch, and I don't know, there's this argument between all these professional people on which the algorithm likes better. And then you know, it's liking and it's commenting, like how much interaction is that video getting from people? And when it pops up on that home screen, you know, how many people are choosing to click on it, whether it be a subscriber or a non-subscriber. So there's all these things that the algorithm looks at to push you out to more people. So if a lot of people are watching that and they're watching it for a long time, it's going to show your video to more people. So we went from the first year on John's birthday, which I think this is so funny. On John's birthday, which is September 22nd, we hit 100 subscribers. On our second September of being on, we hit 1,000 subscribers. So that was last September. And now it's July and we're at almost 5,000 subscribers. So it does kind of grow exponentially.
Yeah, it does.
But our goal, and you know, we said last year when we hit 1,000, that our goal was for John's birthday, we're going to hit 10,000. So that is what we're aiming for. And I know we only have like 4 months.
Yeah, but you never know.
No, I know. So I think I'm hoping, you know, sending positive vibes out there that we're going to make 10,000 by September.
Okay.
But I think, is there anything else that you can think of about the journey that?
No. For us, the YouTube stuff, the blogs and everything that goes with it works with our lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, we now have 11 kids, including a baby and a 2-year-old. And it's not easy, but it does not require us to leave the house to go get things and do things outside of this area where we are, you know, watching the kids and working with them with school. So it just fit our lifestyle. If you were going to work 9 to 5, both of us, you know, I don't see how that would work. But anymore, the world is changing so much with working from home.
It is.
It's becoming easier to get that lifestyle. But
it's so flexible though, because you can, like, I could do this. Like right now, the kids are napping, and so we're able to film. And when I say the little kids are napping, the bigger kids are just in their rooms. So we're able to film. But then you've got, you know, editing. Like I can edit when they're napping, or I can edit at nighttime when everybody's in bed. I can wake up early in the morning, and I could do it whenever, and it's so flexible. And then picking up the camera and just filming our everyday life, although it does take some effort. Like it really does take effort to pick up the camera and film. But yeah, we're not having to change anything, you know, so it does make it easier. Yeah.
So in that respect, even though we have the 11 kids, we've got an extremely busy life. It does work within our frame. And
I did have somebody mention about like posting more videos. So we used to post once a week. And then once I got it, like the hang of it, we started posting twice a week, and now we're up to 3 times a week. And there for a while in Texas, we had so much content that we were posting 4 times, but we've kind of backed off, and we're back to 3 times. But you know, spending time with my family is important too, and you know, taking away every time I film or edit that takes away my time from spending time with my family. And so there is like this balance. We love posting, and I'd love to post 5 days a week, but that has to be realistic because you know I don't want to not be with my family because of YouTube.
Right.
So and that's a balance, I think, with any job, you know. So
I guess to recap everything, it works within how we live. We're getting more and more comfortable with it. Has it changed our lives? No, it really hasn't.
No.
Do we get recognized out there when we go to a restaurant? No.
No.
The kids get recognized by other kids.
Yes.
There's just little things like the house that we live in now. We've had the previous owners reach out to us and watch us.
Their daughter, yes, their daughter found us.
And now down in Texas, our new house, we were just contacted by one of the previous owner's daughters too.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Down there, which is, you know, it's the kids searching and watching our kids. And I know our kids watch things like this too.
Yeah, they do.
So in that respect, people seem to know the kids and what we're doing and what surrounds that, but it hasn't changed our lives at all. I mean, at 5,000 subscribers,
Yeah, not yet.
Zero change.
Right.
Just so yeah.
Right. But and it's something I feel like we both really enjoy. So I love filming and editing, and you enjoy picking up the camera sometimes too.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's something you want for your work, like your job. You know, you want to enjoy it. And we do.
Yeah.
So, and are we making, lots of money off of you? No, we're not.
No.
No, we have gotten to a point where we actually do make something. That took like a year and a half. Well, I think that is it. That's all I can think of anyways.
Yeah.
It's been fun, and I'm curious to see where we'll be at, in a year from now.
Yeah.
So.
We appreciate all of our subscribers and the people who watch our videos.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching and commenting, and I really do enjoy talking to you guys. So we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.